I feel like we need to consider how we handle the community center fund in general. And this capital outlay of 1.4, 1.2, 2.4, 1.5, 2 million, 1.8, based on this fiscal year's budget, I'm guessing the majority of that is towards golf and the community center. And I just feel like this has to stop. We have to stop spending $2 million a year on golf. We're the only municipality in Arizona that spends that much on golf. When we were looking at the golf courses, and I researched every other municipality with the help of the town staff, a few of them would give them a few $100,000 for a little bit of capital, and otherwise their courses were self-sufficient. And so we've been working towards that goal for the whole 6 years ever since I got elected. We've been spending $2 million a year on golf, and now we have this capital in addition to the debt service, part of which goes to golf and part of which goes to Naranja Park, but maybe half of it to golf and the community center fund, or depending on how you divide it. But anyway, a significant amount of money was spent from that debt service. And so in my mind, we need to recognize that this sales tax can be used for all of Parks and Recreation, and we've got to find a way for it to not cost $1.5 million a year in capital for us to keep operating the town golf courses. So my hope was that we would, we eliminated that the huge amount of spending that was on just covering operations. Then we put all this money into the capital. And in my mind, we were finally going to get to the point where we weren't having to invest so much capital into it because we did the big irrigation project, we bid it off. Okay, now we're finally going to be able to breathe easier. Okay, we've got the operations, we've got the major capital projects, and yet this projection still continues to spend that much. So that's another thing. I think we can, cut it down to less than $1 million a year and find some money to go towards other Parks and Recreation, and then from that, other capital needs like the roads and things like that way. And then in addition to looking at some other options, as well as realizing that this is a very pessimistic 5-year forecast.